Hello, collective. Oh my goodness. We're going to do a reading here today from the heart, okay? God, I just had a rough night, a rough morning. You know, it's like sometimes I don't know if my ex is like telling my kid things to make my kid feel better, or telling my kid things because he knows she tells me everything to stick that knife in a little bit deeper. Oliver, And so last night I got the confirmation that the last, 6 months-ish of our marriage was all masking and distractions, trying to keep me off the scent of his relationship outside of our marriage. And so I went back and looked at the phone records, and sure enough, there it was. So, it just, from my gut, it was just a reminder that I knew at that point that something was going on, which I have known in the past, which he confirmed for me the day before my birthday, because that's what those kind of people do, right? They want to make sure that you have a really shitty day. And I know that it's over, and I know that I'm healthier and in a better place to be away from that kind of behavior and that kind of a human, right? But it still hurts. So let's see what you need to know from your heart. Okay, what does the collective need to know from your heart? Okay. Eclipse in Aries. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise, collaboration. Okay. In order to release karma, because we've got a 7 and a 7 on the bottom too, which is new directions. In order to release old karma and to move forward, you have to reevaluate. You have to collaborate with people in order to actually get the answers that you need, in order to actually get to the point where you can have that new beginning, because Aries is the first house, right? Like, how do you get to the point of knowing who you are until you have gone through these many deaths where you, and it's also an eclipse, right? Things are hidden until they're not. And then you go in a new direction. And so it's important to not close yourself off, because you're just slowing down the release of karma and the new, actually, like, good karma coming your way. Okay, so yeah, 6 of Cups. There is a new direction coming for you. Once that moon comes back out and you see the healing and the transformation that's going on around you, you can take a leap of faith. Queen of Cups, right? It comes from within. There is a level of, once you know, put up your boundaries, right? That's healthy. They're showing me the moon goddess here, right? So there's a little bit of Lilith in there, I'm feeling. A Magician. Okay, you have manifested this. It's written in your records already that this is how you were going to find yourself in this life. And again, in the 7 of Cups, because then, right, you realize it's taking the knowledge and turning it into wisdom, right? Like, that's taking the apple off the tree is not the negative part here, right? Queen of Swords on the bottom. It's knowing the truth is the positive part, so that you can write the new stories, right? So that you can put up those healthy boundaries, so that you can rewrite your story to the story that you wanted in this lifetime. And you couldn't get to that new story until you worked out that old karma. Okay? And they are showing me, which is odd, on the Queen of Cups, they're showing me that I mean, it's actually a water harp that the little water fairy is playing, but the way they're showing it to me is they're showing me it as an owl. And I was driving home from the courthouse from getting paperwork to fill out the other day, because now I don't have a lawyer, which is why I have donation buttons down below, right? Links down below. But there was this like crazy ass, like Gandalf-y owl on the like shoulder of the freeway doing this like little, like he was just like, come on cars, you think you got me, you think you got me. And I just laughed. Just so funny, right? So it's like there's this inner part of your heart that's playing this song of, oh really, you think you got me? No, I'm collaborating with you so that I can release this karma, so that I can move on and take my knowledge and turn it into wisdom and become something that's harvesting new trees, new fruit, new energies, right? So what do we need to know about this? Okay, red jasper. Okay, you're very strong. You've got a very strong life force. You just need to make sure that you're continuing to nourish your life force, right? Stabilize yourself. Come into things that make you feel vital, right? Do things that make you feel happy, especially within your body. Tiger's eye, okay? Again, more strength. Balance between the extremes. I do feel like you are dealing with two very different energies here, where the one is the karma you're releasing and the other is the good karma, right? Karma is just part of our lessons, but some of it is stuff that we still have to shut off, right? And some of it is new and beautiful lessons, right? To give you back enthusiasm, okay? To show you your creative force within. Yeah, copper, okay? You need this copper energy to keep your energy flowing. Trust your intuition. Allow your heart to flow that magic down. A lot of this is about release, right? Down into the earth, down into the earth, down into the earth, right? Letting it go, collaborating and releasing, because Mother Earth is going to rejuvenate things for you and turn it into a new energy. And I love, we started with the red jasper and we're ending here with the polychrome jasper, right? There's all different types, right? Who knew that I would find the shaman to teach me that was born in Israel, right? Like, how bizarre is that? Lives in Manhattan. And that my ex would leave me for a polyamorous Muslim. Like, the weirdest things in the world that you would never imagine to happen. And it is all about nurturing ourselves. Like, this is the lessons that I needed to learn, right? Like, there's something about Israel that has called to me for a very long time in my dreams, from long before I ever even thought about putting my woo out there into the world. I was having these dreams, okay, about Israel. And my ex grew up in a very toxic religious organization. And so it's interesting that, you know, this is also him nurturing that balance, right? We all need to find that place that we feel safe in the world. And maybe for him, it is in a polyamorous unit. Maybe he needs to know that he doesn't have to carry all the weight, because he's not an emotional like individual, or at least he was not with me. Maybe he is with someone else, but with me, he was not an emotional individual. But it's allowing to give the permission to give your gifts, right? What you have, right? Like, being like the guy that walks next to you that is strong like bull, that thinks of themselves as big. I'm a big guy, I protect you, right? That's the gift, right? Maybe your gift is that you are a gentle, nurturing heart, and that is your gift, right? But it's allowing yourself to balance all of this and to get into the embodiment of that creativity through you, to have the permission to be who you are, what makes you happy. And as you do that, right, your visions and your dreams and your spiritual awakening start to open up. And then as you've cleaned out this like, it's almost like they're calling it like a tunnel, right, of karmic energy. Then the new energy starts coming in. I will call forth my dreams and visions to guide me to my truest authentic self. And I feel like that's very beautiful, right? So, what does your heart want you to know here? What does the collective heart want them to know? I see clearly and accurately through divine assistance, right? So until you clean out that old sludgy karma, you're not going to see that clear spiritual awakening, right? And you need to be able to see that. But it takes releasing, right? All of this is fear. I release fear of the unknown. I can move forward with energy and enthusiasm, right? There is a lot of energy and enthusiasm here that keeps coming out. And I do feel, right? I act with confidence, clarity, balance, enthusiasm, and strength, right? That's how you become that creative force, is that you balance between those extremes. I see clearly actions of manipulation. I see the truth. Once you see that, you can't unsee it, right? You will release that karmic energy. I embrace love and power of my cherished self. That's that Queen of Cups. I honor my divinity. Okay. So what is this bringing up to you emotionally here? Okay. At the core of it, it's confidence, right? Being bold, being strong, being assured that this new life is happening for you. Some of you may feel guilty, right? For releasing this. You may feel judged for releasing this. You may feel like others don't understand your path, which is, again, why you might be stuck in that collaboration for a little bit longer. Okay. Yeah. Again, shed the idea that you are being selfish by loving you. There is no selfishness in loving yourself, and that's part of the karma you're shedding. And I know that that makes you, it really illuminates the feeling of being detached, okay? Because you have to detach, you have to release. And even in the aspect of calling something in, I was watching like a little snippet of, and I'm not really a big fan of Jim Carrey's, but he was doing a speech at a graduation. And he talked about when he was a kid and he heard his teacher say, right, like what she did was she would pray for what she wanted and then she always got it. So he was really poor and he prayed for a bike, and a couple weeks later there was a raffle and his name had been put into it and he won a bike, right? And he's like, you have to have that faith to ask for it from the universe, but then you have to detach from it. You have to separate from it and let the door be open and let your guides and let the universe and let your faith bring that to you. Okay. Yeah. All right. Because some of you are afraid of letting that control be out of reach. But that's exactly what you're being asked to do, is just to let go of that control and allow yourself, despite the fear, to let things happen here, right? I know you're uncomfortable. I know some of you are feeling like, people are going to know your truth. Things are going to get out there. If you don't hide in the shadows, there are no shadows to follow you, right? And if you're trying to cleanse that energy to go into the light and to spend this very light energy, like focus moving forward, well, that's really important, okay? Yeah, because light is needed to plant seeds and let them grow, right? It grows from the shadows, from under the earth, but it does grow into something, right? Again, the sun. Spirit's just saying you are growing into this very beautiful light energy. And it's because you're doing this without judgment for yourself, okay? You're getting rid of that judgment. And love will come to you. The lovers, what has been destined for you will come for you, and it will not be manipulation. It will be through divine assistance. It will be exactly what is necessary for you, right? Yeah. Okay, the devil in reverse and the magician, because you're releasing the negative and bringing the light in. And that's part of that infinity, that Spirit's like, you've let go of that past life. You've let go of that past karma. And you can see clearly now, right, that your dreams, the star, are coming forward to you. Yeah. Attraction. You attract what you desire. And when you attract beauty and light, it's because you're desiring beauty and light out of that fear, away from that fear, right? Things that you will love. So pay attention when you get into that negative mindset. Okay, I am strong. I'm filled with nourishment for my mind, body, and soul, right? Let yourself heal. Boost the collaboration so that you can release your own red flags, see your red flags, see where you're afraid of being seen, see how you get to this truth. And then again, ask for what you want and separate yourself from it. Okay? It's okay to let go of that which wasn't meant for you. Unrequited love. Okay? Because there wasn't attraction. You weren't in the attraction energy. You weren't asking for that love, right? Okay? You weren't working on the partnership. I think a lot of you were working on finances, okay? And career and soulmate energies. But Spirit's saying, right, it's time. Yeah, wedding coming out in reverse. It's time to give up that traditional energy, right? There's the flirt on the bottom. And stay optimistic, okay? Because there's romantic feelings on the bottom. I feel like romantic feelings are going to come into this. Whether it's about your finding what you truly love to do in life, or finding the love of your life. It's all about a new direction. Okay? From the heart, you're going in a new direction, but it has to come from your heart. Okay, let's close it up with a couple spiritual AF cards. Yeah, screw it, they think, right? Put this card in your pocket and use it as your mantra today, all day and tomorrow while you're at work. Fuck what they think, fuck what they think, fuck what they think. All together now. Fuck what they think. Let freedom ring. FWTT for the win. I love that. FWTT. Okay. FWTT for the win. Take a moment and think about a major lesson in your life. Did your heart get broken? Did a friend betray you? Did that heartbreak teach you not to settle? Are you resilient and self-reliant now because you had to be? Think of the screwed up person who taught you that lesson. Send them a little cosmic thank you. Gratitude for the lesson you learned does not excuse what they did. It does help you avoid going back in for the same lesson with a new messed up person though. You can learn a lot of good lessons from a few messed up people. Okay. And then dance like everyone else can go screw themselves. The F word is really your mantra today, people. We cut ourselves off from joy too often because we worry what other people will think of us. Take a moment today to look around and silently tell everyone to go. Right? FWTT, then dance. Okay? On the bottom here, we've got know the difference, again, between shame and guilt. Right? You can feel guilty that you think you did something bad, right? And that is karma. Shame, I am something bad, is not karma. That's a bad belief system. That is old childhood wounds, past life wounds. And so when guilt comes up, make amends. When shame comes up, you got to let it go to Mother Earth, okay? This says kick it in the you know what, all right? So I hope that that helps you guys. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I just posted on the shorts over on Mindset Unicorn this morning because I was all night last night after my daughter came home bouncing around telling me about her dinner conversation. I was already tired AF because I'm not able to take iron until after my MRI. My MRI is not until the 2nd. And so I'm already, like, my ferritin levels when they tested me was already an 8. So who knows how low I am now. But I'm so tired. And so the emotion was just overwhelming. And then, right, the guilt came up, and a little of that shame tried to keep, like creep in. But I didn't, right? Like, I didn't do anything, right? And that's the thing that I have to remember, is that I didn't do anything to deserve the childhood that I had. You didn't do anything to deserve the bad experiences that you've been through, right? They just were. So now we release them. We give ourselves the grace to forgive ourselves for anywhere that we may have felt like we did something to impact the situation, where we felt that maybe we were wrong in some situations. But being in your trauma is not something you should be guilty about, because that's just human experience, right? And then I was like, oh, I just have so much sadness. How do I get rid of the sadness? And I really didn't want to watch one more YouTube video, right, on, this is how you heal your trauma, and because I was in a moment where that would have just re-traumatized me. And so it's funny, I opened up Chat GPT and I said, right, how do I heal sadness? And I posted what the Chat AI gave me, which was really good advice, and it's in the shorts. And I hope that you all know that, right, this is just part of your healing. Across from me, I have a little sign that I bought a long time ago. It says, proprietor not responsible for behavior when drinking. And I feel like, right, you're talking about like the 3D version of yourself, right? This body experience is not responsible for the behavior when dipping into the emotions, right? So important. It's part of that collaboration that you are doing with your emotions to release things, to come to your own truth, to find what works for you. But go forward today and through the weekend with that fwtt, right? Honor yourself, love yourself, be compassionate for yourself. Find things that you can be enthusiastic about to pull you out of that emotion, right, in a new direction. And know that all is going to be all right, because you're releasing to move in the right direction. All right. So I'm going to go walk on my treadmill. Hopefully I'll get 30 minutes in. Yesterday I could only do like 10, and then I was too tired, but we will see. I love you guys. I hope you have a very beautiful weekend, and just keep loving on yourselves, right? All right. Bye.